Shabbat Night Live!
It's Shabbat Night Live from Charlotte, North Carolina, with your host, Michael Rood. Join Michael's guest hosts, Scott Laird and Matthew Hall, as they welcome Twink and Anna from Sacred Apparel. Now, here he is, the director of the Chronological Gospel of International Relations, Scott Laird.
Program, as promised, we have a very special guest today, Sacred Apparel. Please welcome Twink and Anna. Welcome, guys.
Shalom, how you doing, Scott?
So a few months ago, we had received an email from you guys about Sacred Apparel, and then you said, hold off, we don't want to be on Shabbat Night Live just yet. We want to have a chance to rebrand Sacred Apparel. So where did this come from, and why did you decide to rebrand what you're doing?
We started Sacred Apparel in 2005. The Father gave us the vision to start a clothing line, and so we wanted to dedicate that line to Him. So we were given Sacred Apparel, and we started putting out different designs and things. And then He showed us about 8 months ago that we needed to rebrand because we need to focus more on what sacred means and what the word sacred meant. So it required us to do a lot of research into what was sacred to Him, what the word sacred meant. And through that research, we found sacred didn't mean what a lot of people actually thought it meant. And there were so many different variations of what the word sacred meant.
I see. Okay, so this isn't your typical clothing, Christian clothing line with the little fishes on it and that kind of thing. This is something different. This is more Hebrew roots, is it not?
Right, completely.
Okay, so how did you get involved in Hebrew roots? Was it before the clothing line or during, or where did that all come into play?
Well, it was actually, Sacred Apparel started because we wanted clothing. We had just come into the Hebrew roots in 2005, and we were looking for clothing, you know, faith-based items, and everything had like, you know, pagan things on them. And so we decided we were going to do Sacred Apparels and that we would not put anything pagan on our clothing. And so that's so it all came together at the same time.
And the Hebrew roots came from, my father actually gave me a concordance when we first got into it. And I found it interesting. The concordance is like a big blue book. And so we would go through and just research different words. And a lot of different words had like different meanings than what scripture actually said that it meant. And so I found that interesting. So I felt we need to take everything back to the root, which was the Hebrew. And then you would get a better understanding of different words and what the different things.
Okay, so you've been at this for a little while then.
Yes.
All right, so what is your vision for Sacred Apparel? What do you want to do with this?
I guess my vision is just to get it to be a household name, to get people to rethink what sacred actually means, and then challenge them
To live it.
to live life sacred, which is our tagline, our motto, our phrase. And so, like I said, if you research the word sacred, nothing pops up what actually you think should pop up. So
Google-wise.
right, Google-wise. So we challenge them to define what sacred is to them and to rethink or relook at what sacred is. So that's our vision, just to get it out to the population, to have them rethink what they consider sacred.
Okay, so speaking of that, so what is sacred? What are we going to see from you guys in the next year or so? What's going to be out there?
Oh, wow.
Well, what we want people to do is look at what sacred means, and that it is a way of life. That it's not just one thing we do; it should be in everything we do, from what we eat to what we say to how we behave, what days we keep. So part of Sacred Apparel's mission is to inspire. We want to inspire other people to embrace living a sacred life, as Abba has called us to do, to be set apart.
Right. So we're in the process now. Right now, we just have T-shirts, but we want to be more than just a T-shirt company. We're working towards a full-fledged clothing line, which will mean scarves, purses, pants, dress shirts, tunics, and so much more.
Okay. So are you guys thinking of getting into the whole zeet thing too, or is that not part of your vision?
Actually, in our shirts that we create now, we actually have loops on the bottom of them for people to put zits, and we have custom slits in the side of them also, which is something that sets us apart from all the other clothing lines as well.
So all of our shirts have 4 corners and they're ziti ready.
Wow, okay, that is different. So that is something that differentiates Sacred Apparel from anything else we've seen out there. As far as you've seen, are you like the only Hebrew roots clothing line out there?
As far as I've seen this doing what we're doing.
Yes, and go in the direction.
And go in the direction that we're doing. I mean, we've seen others that use the sacred names and different things, but not an actual full-fledged clothing line.
So they may sell a few little items here and there, but no one that's really trying to encompass the whole clothing, the whole clothing line or the clothing industry.
Gotcha. Okay, well, where can we see you in the next year? Are you planning on going to any big events, or where can we find you online?
We're recently been reaching out to events. We're trying to be at different events, different things that are held. Our goal is to get in stores, different stores throughout the country, and online we're at sacredapparel.net, not com, but net.
Yes.
Sacredapparel.net. All right. So now the big question is, of course, you're on Shabbat Night Live. How did you first hear of Michael Rood?
I found Michael Rood on Google, through Google, and I came across him and some of his teachings and looked at some of his teachings. And then I had an assistant that was working for me before we started rebranding. And she asked me about Shabbat Night Live. And I said, I haven't heard of Shabbat Night Live. She said, Michael Rood. I said, I know Michael Rood, but not Shabbat Night Live. And so that caused me to backtrack and just started looking at all the Shabbat Night Live. So that's how I came across him in the show.
All right, great stuff. Well, we hope to see more of you guys on Shabbat Night Live and elsewhere. And speaking of Shabbat Night Live, next week, of course, Michael returns to the chair. And hopefully we can have you guys back, Twink and Anna. We look forward to seeing what you have for us next. And well, hopefully maybe we can even get some Rood clothing from you guys. How'd that sound?
Awesome. Sounds like a plan.
All right. All right. Thanks, Twink and Anna.